The rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, they send us in to find it.
Watcher to 6 Actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is the sequel to 2019's Call of Duty Modern Warfare and the 19th entry into Activision's Call of Duty franchise, and it has been very much anticipated, to say the least. Coming off of the heels of the biggest disappointment in the Call of Duty series, in my personal opinion, COD Vanguard, we have every piece of source material possible for Call of Duty Vanguard to been inspired by in order to be a great game. We have Saving Private Ryan. We even have the last World War II COD game that we got, which is Call of Duty World War II, which was a very solid installment into the Call of Duty franchise. We have COD World at War and the first 3 Call of Duties. There was plenty of source material for them to work from, but instead of being inspired by that stuff, they were inspired by movies like Overlord and games like Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, which are all alternate depictions of historical settings, which is not at all what me personally I prefer in a World War II game. I don't want an alternate depiction. I want the depiction. I want the grittiest, the most horrific. I want World War II to be shown for what it is, and I don't think that Vanguard did a very good job at doing that. Before that, right after Modern Warfare 2019, we had one of my favorite installments into the Call of Duty series to date, which was Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which had a very shaky development cycle, was originally supposed to be developed by Sledgehammer, but then was taken over later on by Treyarch. And Treyarch did the 80s, the setting, the vibes, the campaign, the multiplayer. I think personally they did all 3 game modes amazing. Zombies, multiplayer, campaign. The game was amazing. Early on it was very unfinished, but I want to say 2 or 3 months into its development cycle, it was an amazing game. I don't think that it got enough love, to be completely honest. I think that it should have got a lot more praise than it did. And I was hoping that Modern Warfare 2 would draw me in as much as Black Ops Cold War did. So the question is does Modern Warfare 2 stack up to some of my favorite entries into the Call of Duty series? Does it intrigue me as much as Black Ops Cold War? Does it intrigue me as much as Call of Duty World at War did? Does it intrigue me as much as Ghost or Modern Warfare, the original? COD 4 intrigued me. That's the question. It's a very multifaceted, it's a very complicated question to answer, and that's what this video is going to be about. Now, leading up to the full release of this game, I mean, the hype has been insane. I mean, even for somebody like me who really didn't enjoy Modern Warfare 2019 very much, I was insanely hyped for this game, especially after playing the beta. And I don't say that because the beta was good. I think the beta was actually hot fucking garbage. The beta literally sucked ass. But it showed a lot of promise, kind of like how Vanguard did. Vanguard never truly embraced its potential, but I think that Modern Warfare 2 has in some ways. There was a lot of issues in the beta. There were bugs, there were visibility issues, there were connection issues, and a lot of that stuff has been fixed going into the full game, and it has enabled me to enjoy the game way more than I enjoyed the beta, at least in the multiplayer sector. The multiplayer beta was kind of bad. With all that being said, we shall start the review, and the first place I want to start is the first place that everyone played Modern Warfare 2. We had a week early access to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's campaign, so that is where we are going to start. Now, the campaign is a very interesting topic for me. So I played the game on both veteran and realism difficulty. Now, most people don't do that, and a lot of my gripes with the campaign specifically stem from the fact that I played it on such a hard difficulty. Before the game came out, we got a lot of talk about really good AI, advanced AI even. That is absolutely not true, okay? The AI are not in any way advanced. On the harder difficulties in campaign, they just run around corners and they aimbot the fuck out of you. Nadia style. Straight up, it's literally a Nadia stream playing veteran or realism in Modern Warfare 2's campaign. Now, my take on it personally, if you're playing the game on easy or regular or even on hardened, you're probably going to really enjoy this campaign. There's a lot of big action set pieces that I personally didn't approve of. I kind of wanted this campaign to be kind of tacked out, super tactical almost. There is a lot of missions in the campaign that are really tactical. You know, you're clearing rooms with your NVGs, you're pieing through doors, you're trying to eliminate the enemy. You know, you're basically playing Ready or Not in Call of Duty. You're playing Insurgency ISMC in Call of Duty. That's kind of what I wanted a lot of the campaign to be. And some of it is that way. Some of it does feel very CQB oriented, very much a tactical shooter. And then there are also some parts of the campaign that are completely annoying in the sense of they're just these big action set pieces, like jumping from car to car, being on a boat that's swaying back and forth, and there's massive shipping containers moving back and forth on the boat as cover, you know, moving cover. I actually thought that part of the game was pretty cool, but I personally just wanted the game to be kind of more grounded in realism. And I think that Modern Warfare 2019 actually did that a lot better than this one does, which is interesting because COD 4 did that a lot better than the original Modern Warfare 2 did. So very interesting parallels. It's kind of like we're like reliving the past, kind of. There's a lot of the same parallels that COD 4 had with Modern Warfare 2019, and there's a lot of parallels that MW2 2022 has with Modern Warfare 2 2009. It's very interesting, but all in all, the campaign is not terrible. I think the story is actually the best part. If you're really big in the stories or you enjoyed the story from the original Modern Warfare 2, there is a lot for you to enjoy here. I just think that the big action set pieces and, you know, the big over-the-top moments is kind of what took me out of the immersion. Now, the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2, I actually very much enjoy, which was a big surprise to me because I didn't like Modern Warfare 2019. But there are a lot of things that this game does a lot better than Modern Warfare 2019, but there are some things that this game does worse, and I want to address those first. Firstly, the progression is fucking retarded in this game, okay? You have to you have to use guns to unlock attachments for other guns, and like if you want to unlock a gun, you might have to unlock another gun to be able to unlock that gun. If you want an attachment on the gun that you wanted to unlock that you had to unlock with another gun, you need to use a different gun from a different class that's completely different caliber. And it, you know, for a game that takes so many measures to appeal to a casual player base, which this game does, the actual systems within the game, the systems of the game that are outside of the core gameplay are quite complicated. The maps are actually really good. That's a plus though. The maps, most of the maps are pretty good. I am making the rest of this video after season 1 has come out, and the only multiplayer map that we got was Shoot House, which Shoot House sucked when it came out in 2019. Shoot House sucks now, and there's maps in the game that came with this game at launch that are better than Shoot House. I'm not entirely sure why that's really the only piece of multiplayer content that we really got other than the Battle Pass, which is a completely different conversation. The season 1 update as a whole is kind of a completely different conversation. I kind of want to save it for a different video, but there's a lot of stupid shit going on with that. But much like the campaign, multiplayer has very high production value. You know, that's kind of the story of Modern Warfare 2. I think that the core components of Modern Warfare 2, pretty much all around, the campaign, the multiplayer, and the co-op, pretty much are all of very good production value. You know, the sound is great. It's just very well made. There's a lot of quality in this product. It feels like a AAA product. Maybe not a completely finished one, but it is a AAA product nonetheless. At release, we've had Invasion. We've had pretty much all of your normal multiplayer modes, your dominations, your hard points, your team deathmatch, your free-for-all, your search and destroy, your kill confirmed. On top of that, you know, all the normal COD game modes that we all love. At least I personally love, all of the COD purists like myself. We had some new ones like Knockout and Prisoner Rescue, which are cool game modes. They're super fun. Me and some guys had a lot of fun playing Prisoner Rescue. The little that we played it. Invasion is kind of like Ground War, but with a bunch of AI on the map. It was kind of like DMZ Light, you know. It was kind of interesting. I mostly used it to level up weapons, which is what most of the community used it for. But it's good casual fun for people that don't want to, you know, get sweated on too hard. And then you have Ground War, which was much improved. I feel is much improved in this game rather than Modern Warfare 2019. Nate Gibson was talking about that. He was talking about how Ground War is way worse in this game, and I just don't really see that. I think that the border crossing map is absolute fucking dog water and trash, and I think that that's the only time I don't want to be playing Ground War. Anytime I get that map on pretty much any game mode in the game, no one wants to be playing it. People literally leave the game trying to get away from that map. But other than that, on all the other maps, I found Ground War to be a much more enjoyable experience in this game as opposed to Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2019's Ground War maps were either too small, or most of them were honestly kind of small, and a lot of them just weren't designed very well, in my opinion. There was just a lot of rooftops. They made small maps with, you know, multiple dimensions of a battlefield. You know, you have like a smaller map, but there's like floors to the map. You know, you could be on top of a building, in a building, or on the ground, right? So it's a really weird, really convoluted way to design a lot of the maps, like Tavors District and the like the big sawmill one. I don't remember exactly what that's called. Obviously, it was a long time ago the last time I played that map, but they all have a similar theme. You know, there's a ground, there's the inside of the building of the ground, there's another level inside the building, and then there's the roof. So, and a lot of the maps were kind of small like that. A lot of the maps were kind of small, and they were designed just like that. So instead of, you know, having a wider playing field, they kind of had a more narrow one, but with multiple dimensions of combat. It was really weird. It's kind of interesting, but it just didn't work very well when it came to the gameplay, like at all. It was fucking terrible. I hated it. But I think what Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer does the best is enable you to have so many different kinds of gameplay experiences, from Invasion to Ground War, and from TDM to Hardpoint to Domination. There's plenty of different field upgrades, and we have the Gunsmith. You can pretty much kit your weapons any way you want once you navigate that crazy progression like I pretty much had to do for a while. Once you navigate the super convoluted and like just completely unintuitive progression that honestly needs to be reworked. Once you navigate a lot of that, and you get a lot of weapon attachments, and you get to use your favorite weapons. Like some of mine are the Kastov 545, the M16, the Lockwood Mark II lever action. Once you get to use a lot of your favorite guns with attachments that you want, you can kind of play the game in a lot of different ways. And there's a lot of, you can use Dead Silence, you can use deployable shields, which I enjoy very much, or suppression mines. Suppression mines, you can stick them on a wall or on the floor, and they'll slow. Kind of like if you play Rainbow Six Siege, there's a character in that game named Melusi, and she has mines exactly like what's in this game. So there's a lot of parallels between a lot of other games in this game, and I think what it does is that it translates into a lot of different gameplay experiences, and it keeps the multiplayer very interesting. I think that this game has the most varied gameplay in any COD that I've played for multiplayer 6v6. As much as I love Cold War wasn't a very varied game. You kind of played sort of the same way a lot. Either you had a shotgun, a sniper rifle, an assault rifle, or an SMG most of the time. And you kind of played the same way. There wasn't really that many ways to alter the map and alter just the room you're in. And the Gunsmith was good. Yeah, you could play around with some different guns, but for the most part, there wasn't really that much variation in that gameplay. of all the Call of Duties I've played in my lifetime, and, you know, I'm only 18 years old, so not really that many. I mean, I think I really started to get into it around like Black Ops 3, but I didn't really like Black Ops 3 that much. My favorite Call of Duty that I've really been there for the life cycle for was Modern Warfare Remastered. But this game definitely 100% has a lot of variation in its gameplay and is very fun in the multiplayer. I really do enjoy the 6v6 multiplayer experience in this game. Beyond the bugs, beyond certain maps that are really bad, like the border crossing, I genuinely enjoy a lot of the stuff here in the multiplayer. Now, co-op is initially a mode that I hated. I'm going to tell you why I hated it. I didn't hate it for what it was. I hated it for what it wasn't. Going into Modern Warfare 2019, I was super excited for Spec Ops. As a kid, I remember playing Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 had one of the most fun Spec Ops experiences, like, in all of the Call of Duty games. I thought that Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops was insanely fun. I, as a kid, liked Spec Ops more than zombies. I know a lot of you COD guys were big, like, Nazi Zombies fans and Black Ops 1 Zombies fans as a kid, but I, as a kid, was actually a Spec Ops guy. I loved Spec Ops. Spec Ops was super hyped for Modern Warfare 2019, and it ended up being hot fucking dookie. Hot garbage. We were promised a fix for it. We were promised more content for it, and we never got it. So going into Modern Warfare 2, co-op, to me, was Spec Ops, right? So going into this, when I initially played the first 3 co-op missions, I saw them as Spec Ops, but they're not. They're very different. And I shat on co-op, and I said it was terrible. I said I didn't want to play it anymore. But, you know, with Season 1, we got a new co-op mission, which is actually the best one. It's called High Ground. One of your co-op teammates, which is either going to be you or your friend, is going to be in a helicopter giving air support. And the other one is on the ground. So that one is super fun. I found it to be a very nice challenge. I found it to be fun to try to get the quickest times on a lot of these Spec Ops missions and get a lot of stars. And later on, we'll be getting raids. I think the mid-season update will get the first raid for Spec Ops, which I'm pretty excited for now. Maybe not so much before, but now I am. There's not very much variation in this gameplay for Spec Ops. I think that it's very much kind of repetitive, but you only really have to play it as much as you want to. It's third game mode that kind of does feel tacked on, but it's not terrible. There is fun to be had. Like, look at this gameplay. I have on a Juggernaut suit. Like, I'm just mowing dudes down with a Juggernaut. There's not much to say about co-op. You know, there are 4 co-op missions in the game right now for you and one of your friends to do. There are 3 different classes for you to use in co-op that all have, I think it's 11 or 10 different tiers around there. There's multiple tiers for multiple different classes for you to level up by doing Spec Ops missions and getting stars. You can get 1 through 3 stars on each mission. If you do get 3 stars, you will pretty much, you can't farm one mission. It'll go on a weekly timer, essentially. So you and your friend can come back a week later, get 3 stars on that mission again, and be able to level up and tier up your classes even more. Some of the criticisms I have of it: you can't pick your kit, you can't pick your loadout at all, which is, kind of bullshit. We're playing against AI. I feel like if I want to run my Akimbo Snake Shot 500 Magnum and M16 setup, which is like my favorite class in the game, with double time, scavenger, fast hands, and quick fix, that's like my go-to setup. I can't do that in co-op, sadly. So that is a criticism that I do have of it. But for the most part, it's just, dumb fun with your friends. We got 4 co-op missions in the game as of right now, and the mid-season update will bring in the first raid. So I'll probably make a video about the raid. I'm pretty excited for it, and hopefully it delivers. Hopefully it is fun, and I'll probably talk about it. But that's co-op. So that's pretty much all I have for today. That is pretty much my review of Modern Warfare 2. This video was supposed to come out a lot sooner with a lot higher production value, but a lot of fucked up shit happened during the development of this video. Corrupted files, fucking just not having a lot of time to get shit done. So I kind of did the best that I could on this one, salvaging my, you know, like completely like having to come back from the grave pretty much with this project and salvaging what I could to get something out. And even now it's kind of late. It's kind of taken me a while to get it out. But if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. The next review probably will be on Warhammer Darktide. So that should be pretty interesting. I'll try to get, you know, a lot more love into that one. Hopefully, you know, I can work on a normal schedule with that one. No hiccups, no technical issues, none of that, because I had a lot of that trying to make this one, and I'm just happy to be able to finish it and get it out. So hope you enjoyed. Peace out.
The motherfucking world is a ghetto, full of magazines, full clips, and heavy metal when the smoke settles. I'm just looking for a big yellow in 6-inch stilettos, Dr. Dre. Hello. Percolating, keep 'em waiting while you sitting there hating. Your bitch is hyperventilating, hoping that we penetrating. You get snating, cause I never been to Satan. But hardcore administrating, gangbang affiliating. MC Winner had you wildin' off a zone and a whole half a gallon. Get the dialing, 911 emergency. You can tell him it's my son, he's hurting me, and he's a felon. On parole for robbery, ain't no cop in the plea, ain't no stopping the G. I'm in the 6, you got to hop in the 3.